DTM Ali is going to present the first session with the title Brand Alchemy, Forging Unforgettable Identities. And recognizing also the presence of our Program Quality Director, DTM Ali, DTM Yasser Al-Gashar, who's joining us today. Thank you so much, DTM Yasser, for joining. Please put your hands together to welcome our first presenter for today, DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali.
Thank you very much, our club president and IPDD of District 20, DTM Khalid Abdullah, for those wonderful words. Yes, I'm in midst of lots of exams, which the last one finished today, and I came home and I logged in. Now, you all might be thinking about OiG series, which our president spoke about, and there was a lot of talks which happened in few XCOM meetings, random chats with club officers and friends about let's do something on PR side. So we said, why not? We will do something on PR side and unleash that PR magic starting today. I always wanted to be a club VPPR, a good one. It's once I was many years back and I designed my own club website, but then everything stopped. After that, I stopped practicing PR. I want to come back to it someday. So I took the opportunity of going for this heavy topic for today. Let me start sharing my screen. And I also take this opportunity to welcome more friends who just joined now. I can see Samson, and I was having Samson and Apple in my mind anyway. Why did I have it? Because the brand name matters. You might be thinking why the topic came up with brand alchemy. While on a chat with our club VPPR, we came up with certain terminologies and the need for these topics to be understood by Toastmasters and non Toastmasters. What we are going to discuss today might have some effect to us as a Toastmaster on our personal lives and professional lives. Because at the end of the day, brand matters. Our daily life revolves around different branding aspects, and we take some mild to very important decisions just considering the brand. But before that, let me give you a disclaimer here. So, there's lots coming up, lots of information. Lots of information is coming up. I might be reading some word to word and some you got to read, and I'll just be talking you through slides. So I promise no animals were harmed while I was working on this presentation. And I had to go through a lot of coffee to come up with the slides. And thanks to DTM Zahra as well, who is a PR expert who collectively worked on the slides along with me and her slides. And then there's going to be a lot of information overload. So you might want to take some notes. You might want to hear the recording again. And that's me, the puppy face, in case you feel sorry for me for doing such an important workshop. I can see some people are not agreeing, but brand alchemy. Let's understand the terminology here. Why alchemy or why this name is introduced in the old is gold series. It's the art and science of transforming a brand's identity, image, and impact through a combination of vi- visual, verbal, and value elements. So just imagine if you are going to take care of a certain brand, it could be just your home club. For us, it's Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. It could be your home club. So keep that in mind. And you are the next VPPR or the current VPPR. And you need to stand out, spreading the positive message for non Toastmasters or other Toastmasters to come and join your club events. And would you think of all different aspects? Could be visual, could be verbal, could be value elements. For example, you could think of a podcast connected with your flyer, and you could think of a small interview or a 10 seconds hello from a member of your club who might be known to many people. So we have different ways of PR and marketing, and this is why brand alchemy, it's like mixing a lot of chemicals here and there, make the best use of what you need to offer to the target audience to attend your club meetings, your events, or simply increase goodwill and the reputation across uh, different stakeholders. Let's go to how do we create a unique brand identity? Can Let's have an interactive session. What comes in your mind? Let's imagine your president has called for an XCOM meeting, or your district director has called for an XCOM meeting, your area director, your division director, or at your company, a senior manager, a CEO, a GM has called you in and they're having a simple chat with you. How do we create a unique brand identity? What are the few words that comes in your mind to get just started with? Reputation, wonderful. Values, wow, excellent. So we see people are talking about reputation, values, personality, a story, a culture, what you are known for, dedication. Those, okay. The dedication has just come to me directly. Maybe you would want to share it with the audience. Unique identity, what others will say about you when you leave. Product. So I see a lot of ideas here already in the chat. Did you notice some are very professional, related to a corporate world, but some are related to us as people? Like, for example, what will others say about you when you leave? So, this is why I was saying in the beginning that brand identity is very important, where in terms we make those small to big decisions just considering the brand. I want to hang out with so and so friend because the reputation is great. So there are a lot of hidden brand values we all carry as people, as organization, as corporates, as country, nation. So our goal should be always to create that different brand signature that sets us apart from others. And the second, what you see on the screen is it's more than just a logo, right? It has something more to offer, and there's a lot of story behind it. What impact we make on the audience perception when they just see certain brands? Can you name a certain brand which really made an impact on you and made you go and buy that coffee or made you go and buy that brand? For me, it was DTM Ali Shahbaz, Apple. Okay, yeah. People, I know many who were not Apple users. They just went because of the brand name, Apple. Fancy. They want to keep it with me. Some people joined the club because um, a few names are there in the club. But then when I ask them, what's your goal? They have no goal. They just want to become what they look at. And yes, many people do that. Nike, excellent. So, do you all know what's Karibu's slogan? Karibu coffee. Life is too short, stay awake for it. And that's what attracted me to become a big fan of Karibu. I was not a big fan, but few years back when I entered one of the branches and I saw that huge picture with this mention, I was like, that's it. I just love their brand message here. Life is too short, stay awake for it. You see, in two lines, everything was mentioned. So it's the brand you want to create, or what we understand is actual brand makes that impact on you. And we are going to look at a few branding techniques here today. And sometimes it's all about loyalty towards a brand. Apple users take it very personally when we talk about any flaws in Apple. Samsung users, I notice they are fine with speaking about flaws, but they are still loyal to Samsung. So it depends how loyal a person is to the brand. The essence of branding. You see two logos on the screen. We didn't write anything about those logos. Nothing is mentioned. But majority of the people across the world, they just know these logos. In the chat, who is your superhero? Now, bring the child out of you. It's absolutely fine. Who is your superhero? Iron Man? Awesome. Okay, great. My father. Wonderful. Ali Shahbaz, Muhammad Ali Clay. I know these names. And who else? So, did you notice we choose superheroes sometimes as characters which might not even exist? We don't have a Batman or we don't have an Iron Man in reality. But on the other side, we do have some real people. Someone has put my father. So imagine a relative, a loved one, someone at home, someone in your club is your brand identity. That increases the pressure, of course, but definitely people look at us, people understand that I want to walk, act, talk like my brand. And for a child, father is, of course, uh, a mom, a dad, a big brother, big sister. Any loved one at home could be a brand identity, and there's no issues with that. So, what are these logos here? You see the Batman logo. What's the second logo? Who can tell me that? Anyone? Yes, Toastmaster Anthony. No, it's not Wrangler. It's Wonder Woman. Wrangler is the Jeep, which is a good brand, of course, but this is more related to the first one, Wonder Woman. So we need to understand this. At times, we need to plug ourselves with the brand to create that fusion. And the badge which I'm wearing today makes me a complete Toastmaster. Sometimes I'm without my badge, but I really feel something is missing here. And this is why Toastmasters has all these pins given to us to make us feel complete officer, complete Toastmaster. So it's all about combining visuals and values. It fosters recognition and loyalty. What do you think of this brand? How many of us know about this? Netflix, a brand which always existed, but during the Corona era, during the COVID era, just picked up like anything. and people started enjoying Netflix. There is some data in front of you on the screen, how they started and where they are today. I'm not going to read the whole data. You can see it, you can take a screenshot. But do you see the logo, the bold red N color? Everybody knows this. Small children at home to adults, everybody knows this brand. And sometimes this brand has become like, I can never be lonely again. I have something to do if nobody's around me. I can never be bored at home if I have Netflix. And let me tell you, I know somebody who loves to go for long drives and just put one of the Netflix series. So this brand has become part of many people's life, if not everyone. And now, because there is a brand in the market, a company which was all about online streaming today has their own production where they come up with their own web series. And the moment where people see that this series is an original idea of Netflix, they just start trusting it. It might be a good one because Netflix has invested in it and created this web series. And they proudly put original series by Netflix. And this is a case study of Netflix. Let's look at the next part. Who doesn't knows this brand? I can see Yasin knows, and I know knows is still out of love. This is for many Toastmasters. As I see here, everybody here is a Toastmaster. I see a lot of TMs mentioned here, and for the reason why I spoke about branding in general, and then spoke about a non-Toastmaster product, and now we are here talking about our Toastmasters product. Sometimes we get those calls. We discuss with our VP PR, district PR, why should I follow branding? And with what few points we discuss from the beginning to now, this is what branding is all about and why is it important. I spoke about wearing a badge which makes me a complete officer, which makes me a complete Toastmaster, whether or not if I'm in a position or not. So let's look at this piece by piece. Toastmasters brand as a case study. There's a lot of information coming. The tagline, where leaders are made. Sometimes when people ask me, why is talking only about leadership but not communications? Definitely, to be a good leader, you should be a good communicator. And many other things also come in this package. You see what's mentioned? The tagline helps to convey our mission, our purpose. And then I asked this question before, and people replied in the chat about values. These are the core values of Toastmasters International: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. There have been a few questions at times why respect is not the first one, and it could just become RISE: respect, integrity, service, and excellence. And people did suggest this to Toastmasters International. Why didn't Toastmaster change this? Anyone can tell me that on the chat, please?
Might be they're given the more importance to the first one, integrity. That's why
Yes,
they're not taking it.
excellent. That's the best and the right answer. Many people did tell them, make it RISE, easy to memorize. But you see, it's not about memorizing, it's not about making things easy. It's about this is what we believe in. That's why integrity comes first. And then they have the brand promise, empowering individuals through personal and professional development. Imagine a company making this brand promise with hundreds and thousands of people across the globe. How brave can that organization be? How you all are feeling? Isn't it sending some shivers down your spine that we all are part of this global brand called Toastmasters International? Let's break down the logo now for our very own Toastmasters logo or organization. We have the word mark, which is Toastmasters International. And of course, why the colors navy blue? Why that font? DTM Zahra is going to talk a little about it later in her presentation. But definitely, when we look at this color, it creates a psychological, a different feeling about it. Imagine if this logo was in red color, pink, yellow, everything would make a difference. Just a small pinch to the colors. Very simple, Toastmasters International. That's a word mark. Many people would think, why the gold color globe across it? And here, what we are understanding it today, while the presentation is on, graphic element representing Toastmasters' global diversity, excellence, and quality, titled Right from the Movement and Progress. That's how important diversity is when we put the globe in gold color. It's a whole circle in gold. That shows that we are a very diverse organization. I'm sure some of us didn't know this earlier. But you see the small thing which brings so much of change here. And then the tagline, which we spoke about, where leaders are made. It's not like Toastmasters reached to this point with this logo immediately. There had been a lot of brand alchemy process done. A lot of fusion, a lot of mix and match, a lot of recommendations taken, brand experts called in, and that's how Toastmasters International has come up with this logo. In the chat, next time when you're going to wear the Toastmasters pin, are you going to feel different about it in a very positive way? Yes, no. Who wants to answer that? More loyal? Yes. A little loyal? No. Yes, I see some yes. And I'm sure, even if everybody doesn't want to answer, now we know the reason behind it. I see sometimes, and I'm sure there's also a reason for that. We can discuss sometimes when we interact or question answers. Every company has the right to protect their logo and has their own reasons. You see, we have a belief system, we have a value which goes with the logo, with our trademark. How close we want something else to come to our values and trademark for it to dilute. When Mercedes, when BMW, Lexus, Toyota, when they don't allow that to happen, Toastmasters International is just another organization who wouldn't want a lot of dilution because it's a logo of values. And at times, when we see a lot of crowd across the logo, it doesn't give that kind of value to the logo itself. And this is why it clearly says respect clear space around the logo, maintaining a distance equal to the height of the letter T in the word mark. Very small thing, but huge significance. simply not to dilute the brand. So let's imagine we tie up with a corporate to start a corporate Toastmasters club. You have the Toastmasters logo, and very next to that, you have the corporate logo with no recommended distance between the both. In fairness, it's not at all fair with Toastmasters logo and the corporate logo because it looks like one logo at the end. So this is the reason of all these rules, which sometimes the PR people or officers nag about, and we act like we are doing a favor by correcting the space across it. Now let's understand what Toastmasters International went through from 1924 up to now. And this is why I was saying some information I could just talk you through, some it's worth reading and understanding. 1924, initial Toastmasters Club was formed. Logo featured the name in serif font. 1928, trademark logo included a gavel and encircled words Toastmasters International. And so on we went. I remember the year 2011 when a major brand revamp happened in Toastmasters. And the tagline was introduced where leaders are made. In 2020, there was another change as well. I was one of the people who started understanding brand manual more by 2018 and 2019. And 2020, when the latest thing came up, I was like, I just started learning the previous one. Now I really don't know when is the next brand revamp happening. So this is a timeline what Toastmasters went through to reach to this point. And all these changes which you see happened for the people, by the people. It's not like just because the board of directors wanted to do something, there is reason for us to evolve and reach here. You saw the previous logo, and now you see this screen. A lot of dilution, values not understood properly, not set properly. The globe at times is no longer gold, it's some other color. And this is why we were talking about the gold circle, which shows diversity. The moment we play with these colors, then it's not just the logo we are playing with, it's the values, it's the belief system which comes across with the logo, which are being, we are messing up with all that. Imagine Toastmasters logo and some belief system which does not go with diversity, which does not go with where leaders are made. So it's like two belief systems we are combining at times, and that's a violation. So this is the reason when we make a poster, we feel, why not my way? Because it's the belief system of hundreds and thousands of members, the organization. So the moment we print an agenda or a poster or a flyer and we mess up the logo, the trademark, it's not just the violation point here of the governing documents, but it's a whole system we are talking about where thousands of members rely on to change, transform their life. I'm sure DTM Zahra is going to talk about the technical stuff here. Now, Toastmasters International didn't stop it just here. It wants people, other organizations, governmental agencies, schools, universities, everybody to know that something stands out when we talk about Toastmasters brand. And it has gone as far as possible to branding in digital and print media as well. And it has given us lots of techniques tools, ideas on how it should look on a brochure, what font to use, what colors to mix and match. So there's so much the brand manual offers. So as you see here, why is that important? It's a good practice. And once we play with the logo, that's not a very good practice. When we try to design our own logo and call it the Toastmasters logo, or remove where leaders are made and put something else there, these are not good practices, of course. We need to ensure brand consistency. Now, many years back from now, I saw a VIP guest who came and asked me that there was a poster he saw in one of the clubs which had Mickey Mouse and other comic characters. So he was into corporate branding and he asked me this question: why do I see different kind of agendas when I walk to different clubs? What's the reason? In one of the clubs, I saw a A3 size certificate. Can you believe that? A A3 size certificate with the logo stretched, and it just looked like a Toastmaster zombie logo. So I asked the club president, the certificate, I was called to give that certificate to a club contestant who won. I did give, but later I told the president, can you take back the certificate and give a proper branded one? Because if that contestant, who is not a very old member, walks around or shows this picture, I won the certificate today because I won a club contest, is going to show this picture to other people, they are just going to laugh at the certificate. And that contestant worked hard to win the speech, not to get that certificate which is not branded. It makes a mockery of the whole appreciation ceremony. I thought the president would listen and change, but after a few years, when I went to another event in the same club, same certificates were distributed because they thought that it's their way or nothing happens. The club closed down recently. And I'm not surprised because once we have a unified branding, we strive for quality and excellence, we grow together. You see? So someone just put Wranglers on the chat earlier. It's a Jeep. Now, can I change it to something else and put it on the Wrangler Jeep? No, right? Definitely, it could be reported. Or when I go for car passing, they might not even pass my car. They might say such brand doesn't exist. Okay? It's not mentioned on my vehicle ownership card. So we should use approved logo, colors, font, templates, not because Toastmasters said so. We must look unified. And you are going to see a lot of good flyers coming your way in today's meeting in a while, where we will prove it to you that even though you follow branding guidelines, you still have a big space for creativity. When you look at the virtual backgrounds right here, it's all branded. No one can come and tell you this is not an approved virtual background. So anytime if you feel you're all alone in this, no, there is a lot of help provided by Toastmasters International. If your club or you as individual want to improvise your information on branding. So once you go to the branding portal on Toastmasters site, you get those amazing templates, business card templates, newsletter templates, flyers, posters. All information is available. We just need to walk that path for better branding. And there is an option to come up with your own trademark or your own branding. If you want to give a trophy which is locally made, for example, Toastmasters International is willing to negotiate, is willing to see your design and maybe approve it. Most of the time, suggest why not do it this way so it looks good. And this is all in the interest that we all are on one page, members and the world headquarters. Sometimes people say, oh, it's just one option for the font. No, it's not. There are many options. It's just, it should be consistent. There are different options on fonts, there are different colors out there. And definitely, once we explore, we will be enjoying the simplicity of different fonts, colors, which are available. I spoke about consistency. It should be consistent. My club uses this, other club uses something else. My club is an advanced club, other club could be medical fraternity, a bikers club. Now just imagine totally different posters, logo looking different. What message are we sending out as Toastmasters? So definitely consistency is very important. I'm leaving the screen for you to take screenshots. Now let's talk about consistency when it comes to email signatures. Even that Toastmasters has covered it for us. From nothing to everything is covered by Toastmasters International. So since I see the green light, I'll just be a little quick here. Using images, there are do's and don'ts in Toastmasters International branding guidelines. For example, some images are a big no-no. And you might see some examples later, but this is a big no-no. Images can be used, but what's allowed? In one of the posters, sometimes which I saw, there were a lot of political images. It didn't look like a Toastmaster meeting to me. And I told that club, if this will be reported, they might think this is some political talk going on, and it might be hard to defend what exactly your meeting is all about. Because Toastmasters International has certain parameters. And when you put those pictures on your posters, oh my God. When I saw that poster, I was really worried. And I had to make that call to the club president and say, trust me, be careful on what message you are sending outside. We all are in this together, my friends. It's not just the Toastmasters alone are the alchemist here. It's all of us involved in this together. Yes, we say Toastmasters brand, but I'm wearing this badge right now. So I'm part of it. A speaker, an evaluator, an area director, a district officer, a Toastmaster member. We all are having that equal responsibility of protecting our brand. I'm going to stop here